This is the nervous system regulation tool, self-trust titration. This tool is used to help you build trust in the legitimacy of the sensations, feelings, thoughts, and awareness that's within you. It's one of our primary forms of distress and anxiety is the distrust we feel about what we feel, about what we've experienced, about what we're sensing, about what is in our awareness. And by restoring to ourselves self-trust in the legitimacy of what we feel, what we perceive, what sensations we're feeling, what we sense, what we experience, we're able to comfort ourselves and our nervous system by accessing this, because it's reassurance that we're giving to ourselves that what we've been through is real, what we have felt is legitimate and valid, and that it's okay to be as we are. So that is what this tool does. And we're going to do this through a series of what I call what shifts questions. These are questions to explore their impact on your body and your nervous system. Basically, I ask a question, then you check in and see what shifts. And we go from there. All right, let's begin. So what shifts when you trust just 10% more that the sensations you feel in reaction to whatever you're encountering are legitimate, they are valid, and they are real? And check in and see how your body feels in response to that question. And now, if you could, would you trust just a little bit more that the response you experienced to that previous question is also legitimate, real, and valid? Check in and see how that feels. And now, what shifts when you trust just a little bit more that your feelings are valid, legitimate, and real? Period. And check in and see how that feels. And if you could, would you trust just a little bit more that whatever reaction you had to that question is also legitimate, real, and valid? And check in and see how that feels. And now, what if you trust just 10% more that your perception is also valid, legitimate, and real? Check in and see how that feels. And now, if you could, would you trust just a little bit more that whatever reaction or response you had to that question is also valid, legitimate, and real? And check in and see how that feels. And what shifts when you trust just 10% more your experience as being valid, real, and legitimate. Check in and see how that feels. Now, if you could, would you trust that whatever response or reaction you had to that question is also legitimate, real, and valid? And check in with how that feels. Now take a moment and reflect on what you've experienced here. Write down any shifts or awareness that has come to you, and continue to practice this tool as part of your daily regulation practice. Because as you cultivate self-trust, you cultivate safety, confidence, and clarity in your world. And this will help you further exit your dependency on codependent behaviors and get more comfortable living from your own self-trust, self-respect, and power. This concludes this tool.